that to the rest. Leave it to the rest. Opinionated, often hated, and we're stubborn. Yeah. But if we really like you, then we'll fuck you like no other. Ooh. A little hard to handle, yet we have an open mind. So creative, so sarcastic, and on top of that, we're... Hello, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of As Told by Aquarius, the podcast where I believe Pluto is still a planet. I don't care what NASA says. Y'all not taking that away. How you just going to be like Pluto's a planet and then going to be like, well, you not because we can't see you good enough. Like, no, we not doing that. It's Aquarius, birthday January 25th. I have here with me the bestie, Scorpio, October 25th. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? I'm here so I don't get fined.
What?
Oh, God. I should have known you wouldn't get that reference, but okay.
And you said it too fast. I was like, wait, what is going on? And now we're going to read the words of wisdom for today, which read, how you react to people over the next 48 hours will determine how quickly you can move towards your goal over the next few weeks. While Mars is moving through the partnership area of your chart, you need to be assertive, but not aggressive. Does this relate to your life, darling?
Yes and no, but I don't know how to be assertive without being aggressive.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta be like, grrr, to get shit done.
Right.
And being grrr to get shit done,
True. And if you want me to get these things done, then you're going to do it when I say it, how I say it.
And
otherwise, there's going to be more aggression.
You better tell them with that. I want to do something that I like to call the complain game.
No.
And we're literally just going to complain about things that should be handled differently, should be done differently, should be adjusted to accommodate life, women, myself, herself. Like women's pants.
Bruh.
Why we ain't got no pockets in the front of our jeans?
Bruh, what is that?
I don't know. I don't know who did that. I don't know who designed the first pair of pants. I feel like it probably was a man. It was like, this bitch don't need no pockets. What she gonna do? She don't need to hold nothing in her pockets. We got back pockets.
Right.
But we have no front pockets. And that's the more safer pocket to put things in.
Yes. Though we do have back pockets, our back pockets are still smaller than men's back pockets. You don't want to put anything in there because it's not secured, but also it changes the form of the butt, which is important. That's why you're looking at my back pockets in the first place.
Exactly. That's how I lost my iPhone in the toilet, because it was in my back pocket and I had to use the bathroom.
Wait. I don't think that's the only contributing factor to your iPhone getting...
No, it really was. I had to pee really bad. My phones are usually in my back pocket. So I ran to the bathroom and just pulled the pants down. Right. And the phone fell out the back pocket. That was it. Like, that's literally it. It fell in the toilet even before I peed. So then I had to, like, do that kegel and clench them shits. Because I had to go get my phone out of the toilet before I peed, and I needed to pee. But then I couldn't even use the bathroom because I'm like, I need to put this in rice.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know.
That. And it still didn't work?
Well, no, it did come back to life.
Okay.
But it was a little janky after that. It was very janky because, you know, iPhones weren't, you know, waterproof for a very long time.
I mean, they barely are now, but I get it.
Speaking of that, complain about goddamn iPhones.
Oh my God.
Because Samsungs are better. Fight me if you want, because I have both. I do. I have both Samsung and I have an iPhone. And I understand the nuance between both. I understand why people love Samsung. I understand why people love iPhone. iPhones are just very easy to use. They're, for the most part, easy to understand. Now, when you get an Android, you have so much more customization and options and things to do with your phone that it can be overwhelming to some. However, I just like the ease of that and looking at two screens on one phone. Like, I can open my email in one and look at a YouTube video in one. I don't got that option on an iPhone.
You don't. And it's probably the worst thing that I hate about iPhone right about now. I've had Samsungs my whole life. I've had Android my whole life. I just now got an iPhone for the first time ever. And it was a huge adjustment period from going to having pretty much whatever I want in my phone to now having to adjust whatever I want to do to whatever Apple is allowing me to do. And it's kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but also the convenience of everything just being right there at the touch of your fingertips, everything being able to get done just by Siri, just by clicking a button. I just pick up my phone and it's automatically giving me all of the updates that I want to. Those are all great benefits. iMessage, best thing that's ever happened to iPhone. But customization, changing your phone to your needs, being able to do multiple things on there, multitasking, working from it, just being productive, period, is a lot harder to do on an iPhone.
I agree 100%.
And it makes no sense.
But why did you make the switch?
Honestly, I made the switch because I got bored. I've had Samsung my whole life. I've had almost every single Samsung Galaxy phone all the way up to the 20. And I was like, well, we're going to raise the price on these phones. That's just going to happen. Every phone now is at least $1,000 if you want good quality.
You have many laptops in your hand, so it's understandable.
True. But if I'm going to spend that amount of money, I want some kind of excitement from it.
Right.
I want some kind of
wow factor.
Exactly, wow factor. And I wasn't getting that from Samsung. Despite the fact that they're able to give me more options, all of those options were the same. So I gave Apple a try. And it's cool, but I'm not going to buy another one.
I support that. Here you go. As an avid indirect brand ambassador for Samsung,
Yes.
I support that. We sound very techie.
I mean, but we've both been in tech for a significant part of our lives. I still am in tech now, and I will most likely be for another, for the foreseeable future, honestly. So,
Hey,
yeah,
tech life it is.
I guess.
Ankles. Why do people want to show them off? Why did whoever made women's pants feel the need to keep making our fucking dress pants come above my freaking ankles? And ankle socks. I went to Walmart. So Walmart is a favorite spot of mine. And I like socks. I like cool graphic socks. I like having Nickelodeon socks, anime socks, PlayStation, Xbox socks. And I want cool ass socks. I don't want just shit with polka dots and lines and whatever. And there was a lack of socks that went over my ankles with cool designs in Walmart. But I noticed that it just wasn't only in Walmart. It's been in multiple stores. So who decided that women only want to wear ankle socks? Cool graphic ankle socks at that. And why do they always want to make our pants go above our ankles? And then on top of that, like, who thought it was sexy to show an ankle?
I don't know, honestly. The ankle socks thing, I can't explain that. But you're now experiencing having your ankles out all the time. My whole life, my ankles have been out.
My ankles are never out. I still don't keep them shits out. They will not be set free.
But I'm a tall person.
Okay.
So it's already been hard to find pants as a woman.
Yes.
Finding pants as a tall person is even worse. I can't even go into a store to buy pants. I got to order it online, pray that it fits me. It doesn't fit, send it back, get another one. I've been doing that my whole life. So my ankles have been out my whole life, honestly.
But there are people who just like blatantly show their ankles.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. In the winter too.
Yes. You know how many people I've seen waiting for the train with their ankles?
Yeah. Just bundled up, got the biggest parka on, scarves, hat, everything, skinny jeans, ankles out, and loafers. You don't make no sense.
I don't understand. Someone help me out here. if you are someone who does that with their ankles, please send me a message and explain why do you feel the need to show your ankles, especially in the wintertime.
Is it a wardrobe thing?
I
They
don't
can't
understand.
afford more pants.
They can't afford to buy the pants that come past their ankles. The fuck. And if you're a man, they make socks that go above your ankles purposely for
Big
you.
facts. Big
You
facts.
got that option.
Big facts.
I don't. Why you ain't wearing no goddamn socks that cover your ankle?
Why people don't wear socks?
That part.
That's also very nasty. Like,
You know what? I don't understand that. I'm not gonna lie. I have put my foot in my sneaker to go to the store really quickly without a sock.
see, I understand that.
Yes.
That's a quick errand.
Yeah. So I get the whole quick fast no socks shoe thing. But sanitary wise, it is very unsanitary.
Yep.
I spoke to someone years ago, and I don't know how we got on the topic of shoes and sneakers, but he told me, I'm pretty sure he probably was a doctor, which is probably why he mentioned this, that it's not good to wear the same shoe 2 days in a row. You should have a rotation of 3 shoes, because it takes 2 days for your shoe to fully air out and dry up from you wearing it. So ever since you told me that, that's what I do. If I have the option to do it, that's what I do. I mean, like at home, yes. On vacation, nah, because I don't like bringing 80 million extra pairs of shoes with me. I already am a very strategic packer, and having 5 pairs of shoes is an option. So I don't know why they don't wear socks.
I don't know. It's weird.
It makes your toes stinky.
Very much so. And then I have friends who wear socks with their slides, but won't wear socks on a regular basis. That don't make no sense.
The toes are cold.
I guess.
But that really doesn't make any sense. Why don't people take care of their feet in the winter?
I mean, I can't say nothing.
Why? Are you one of those humans?
I am one of those people.
Why are you one of those people? And here go. She's in Louisiana, so her winter isn't
Yeah,
New
I don't
York
have
winter.
A winter. Yeah, I don't have a winter.
She has a spring and a summer.
Yeah.
Why are you like this?
Well, I can't think of anything other than I'm lazy.
Damn you, Samuel. Damn you, Samuel. No, I have a habit of I have the little pedicure brush thing, and every time I get in the shower,
Yeah.
I use it. I don't go get pedicures at salons. I do my feet myself. I have gotten many compliments on my toes by doing my own pedicures. I don't want to pay nobody for it.
Okay, humble. Okay.
Lick my toe. However, I just don't understand why people don't take better care of their feet in the winter. Because it's not hard. It's not. You gotta take a shower. Just take the little brush thing, scrub your foots. Mainly your heels. And more so your heels, too. It's not even the whole entire foot. Obviously, wash your toes, clean that shit. But more so the heel.
So, I think we have 2 different definitions of doing your feet, making sure they're pedicured, making sure they're done, that they're actually in a good space. In the shower, I do the same as you. I got my brush. I clean my toes, in between my toes, make sure the nails are filed down, make sure that the heel is not rough, all of those things. That's a regular, everyday hygiene kind of thing. But making sure that the cuticles are cut, making sure it got pretty white toenail polish all of that. And I ain't doing that. Nobody's seeing my feet, especially in the winter. Anyways. Can we complain about COVID?
Yes.
And how it's ruined everyone's lives and daily activities. And put literally everyone into isolation to the point where it's comparable to those isolation blocks that they have in jail. What are they called?
Oh, solitary confinement.
Solitary confinement.
Yeah.
And people are actually having mental breakdowns in their own homes, in their living room, sitting in front of their coffee table, just watching YouTube all day, just having mental breakdowns on a regular basis.
That's the most sucky part about COVID because it kind of forced you to deal with your mental issues, which is a good thing to like acknowledge them and get help if you can. But it actually brought up a lot of mental issues for people who didn't know that they had mental issues.
But there's also a lot of people who still don't, and they're just going through the motions, not understanding why they're not able to get up in the morning, not understanding why they don't want to do anything anymore. Like they haven't socialized or spoken to anyone anymore, and they've isolated themselves, and it's not getting any better, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just sucky. I don't like sucky things.
No, I don't either. My sucky thing was not being able to go to any music festivals and or concerts.
Not traveling and leaving the country. That's a huge sucky thing.
Fuck you, COVID, because you messed up my Euro trip.
Bro!
You messed up our Euro trip.
Bro!
I was supposed to have a fling with an Italian man while he fed me pasta off a fork, and I drank all the wine out of the bottle.
Yeah, as I sat in the cafe, getting high, eating my baguettes. I can't do that no more.
No.
Now I can only watch that on YouTube. That's ridiculousness.
Now we have to live through YouTube.
Bruh.
And the people who weren't afraid of COVID and traveled anyway. That's the only like full-on regret that I have, that we didn't leave that country anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I know your job is a little different from mine, but I could have left the country. I could have dipped.
Honestly, I could have left too, and they wouldn't have known.
They really wouldn't have.
They would not have known.
They really wouldn't have. Damn you, jobs.
Damn you, job.
Shout out to all the essential workers who have been holding us down and keeping us living through COVID. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much for everything you do.
I'm complaining about people not using common sense. When did that not be a thing? Who did it? Why did it happen? Why have people checked out of that hotel? Why did people not get that memo?
Checked out at a hotel, you dumb. Honestly, common sense has never been common, and I had to learn that at a very young age. And you learned that as well.
No, but you know, I still have too much faith in humanity.
That's the problem.
I don't know how not to.
If you keep doing the same thing and expecting different results, what do you expect is going to happen next?
Jesus is going to smack the shit out of me at some point.
If Jesus come back, it's the end of the world, and you could just take me right now. What's the point? I'm over it.
I feel like we're preparing for it now. I wouldn't be surprised if the zombie apocalypse happens in 2022.
Right now, you could take me. I'm over it. Like, to be honest.
I would not be surprised at all. I want to complain about people asking me out and then asking me where do I want to go.
You ain't come prepared?
No, they did not. They didn't. There was one person I can't give them a shout out, but there was one person that actually was like, all right, we're going out.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, where you want me to meet you? They had a time, they had a place, they had activities, and I really appreciated that human for that. Because other people, no, it's a whole ass struggle. Why do you not have it together? But if you ask me out, fuck that. If you ask any human out, you should have a plan, at least half of a plan.
That is kind of odd. You have a desire to go out with me, but you don't have any idea of what we would be doing when we go out. Do you not think about it ahead of time? Is it not a fantasy in your mind? Oh, we go and get ice cream together or whatever it may be before you open your mouth to speak to me?
No,
That should be...
They didn't think.
So, like, spontaneity is good, but spontaneity without recourse, spontaneity without follow-up.
I don't know. I can't.
You're pretty much just a jack in the box at that point.
Ooh, we don't want the jacks in the box.
Don't want that jack in the box?
The Jack in the Box girl. That was one of the best SNL snippets ever.
Oh, that is true.
I don't understand how that song just didn't win a Grammy.
Oh, man.
I really don't understand.
They be hating on Lonely Island, though, man.
They were lit when they were out. I want to complain about flying. Although it is one of my favorite pastimes to do such a thing. I want to complain about, especially now, during COVID, that there aren't as many people flying. And there are many empty seats after they fully board the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, why are you still sitting next to me?
Oh, my God.
Why are you not attempting to get up from next to me to go sit in the 2 seats that are free a row ahead of us?
Oh, my God.
I'm already in the window seat, so it's like I kind of can't move. Like, I'm not going to pick up all my stuff to move across from you. Why don't you just get up? Get up.
I mean, those kind of people, they just inconsiderate anyways. You saw them on the train. They was going to sit next to you anyways with all of they must and stink.
It's not even about the must and stink. It's about the space. The personal space. That's the one thing I will say to an extent. New Yorkers do care about personal space.
Mm-hmm.
Which
is odd.
We don't want you near us.
Which is odd because per capita, there's more people in your space in New York than pretty much anywhere I've ever seen before. So y'all don't make no sense.
That's probably why we don't like people in our personal space.
Yeah.
Like with the train, it's unavoidable to an extent.
True.
With public transportation, it's unavoidable to an extent.
True.
But other locations, it's like, bro, if the train has 20 people in it, I'm pretty sure we're not all going to be at the back of the train.
Right.
Exactly. We're going to be spaced out. Don't come sit next to me. Unless you want to talk to me or share your food. Like, unless you got a Nintendo Switch and you try and like battle, don't sit next to me. Please. I'd appreciate it. That happened to me recently when I was on my way back home. The bus was a little scattered.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down in the corner. Everybody's social distancing. This lady was sitting in a 2-seater in the front, towards the front of the bus by herself. I guess she saw too many people getting on the bus. Or she thought she saw too many people about to get on the bus. So she proceeds to get up. Now, all the way in the back of the bus, in the corner, nobody's sitting there. What does she get up? And come and sit right next to me. Like right next to me.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose?
I'm leaning on the side of the arm, having a whole conversation on a cell phone. And she sits right on the side where I'm leaning and sit next to me.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose?
Was she getting that armrest? Hell no.
Okay.
You no.
No sharing. No armrest for you, honey.
No. You get nothing. No, Linda. No, Linda. No armrest for you. I'm sorry. I recently watched a video that questioned African American people, some Afro-Caribbean people. And the question was, why do you think white people are superior? And a lot of people in the comments of that video were like, oh my God, this is racist. If white people were asked this question, we will all be considered racist. And I didn't think that. I think if white people were asked that question, I don't think it would be considered racist. I think it would have been informative to then also understand how some white people, not everybody, view black people.
Mm-hmm.
But in the wake of what just happened in the beginning of 2020, with the amount of people who chose to go storm the Capitol building, I felt that that question was extremely relevant in the wake of everything that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to complain about those people who decided to be terrorists amongst their own nation.
Those people were already terrorists, but because they didn't have a TV camera in front of them, we couldn't see it.
No, they hit it. They hit it. They hit it well. I think everybody has a little bit of aggression towards some other race for whatever reason unknown.
Whatever unknown bias that you were taught
And
when you were a child.
yeah, and a lot of people suppress it. That's like the idea of people being bit by a dog as a kid or a teenager, and it's like, I'm never gonna get a dog. I hate all dogs because the one dog bit me. Bruh, all dogs are not the same. All dogs are not created equal. And what kind of dog bit you in the first place? That's why I be wanting to know sometimes too. Was it a pit bull? Was it a chihuahua? Like, was it a pug? Like, that makes the difference as well.
Yeah.
In my mind. So in the sense of comparing that scenario, it's like if someone of another race has done something bad to you in your younger years and you were able to live from it, you are still going to have to interact with other people of other races. You cannot put everybody in that category. Unfortunately, that's what many of us have done with people, because that's why stereotypes have been created.
Right. Exactly. And then honestly, not a lot of people who have some kind of stereotype or preconceived notion about black people actually have ever met a black person.
I think a decent amount of them haven't. Or they caught them on a bad day. Because you can catch anybody on a bad day.
That's true.
But you just happen to catch this person on a bad day. And that sucks, though, because I know the idea of a first impression makes everything, you know. But sometimes you actually need a second impression of people.
That is true. Because first impressions are just face value, honestly. It's just whatever is being projected to you
For a specific reason,
for a specific reason. You can't really know a person after 5 minutes.
Yeah, just especially off the first 5 minutes of the weekend. Now, if
Just
you got
the
like
same way.
you got like 2 hours and some tequila, that's different. I feel like you find a lot of things out about people with alcohol in 2 hours. I would also like to complain about Hennessy.
Why?
You say it like you drink that shit and take it to the head.
I mean, I don't. I understand.
You
But
talk-
I also know it's a staple. And I know that the color of your skin is keeping me from stopping you right now and being so blasphemous to the art that is Hennessy.
Art?
So what is
You don't
going
even
on?
drink it.
Yeah,
Shut
I know.
up.
I'm talking out my ass right now. But, you know, it's for the culture, you know?
I
Okay?
understand that Hennessy is from the culture, for the culture. However, I want to complain about the lateness of myself drinking the Hennessy.
Okay, elaborate.
In 2020, I had the opportunity to drink a lot more Hennessy than I ever do. My go-to.
See, kids, this is why you stay away from niggas.
Oh.
That's all you have to say.
My go-to alcohol of choice is tequila. And I have been given the opportunity over COVID to indulge in Hennessy. And I chose to drink it with Pepsi one time, and then I chose to drink it straight the other. And the amount of Hennessy that I ingested, knowing how many cups that I had, was confusing, because in my mind I should have been like blah, 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 blah. But I wasn't. I never got there. I did feel myself getting like tipsy, like a nice tipsy, but it wasn't to the point where it didn't take me where tequila took me. And I was so confused the first time, which is when I drank it with the Pepsi.
Right.
The second time, when I was just drinking it straight, I kind of did the same thing, but I more so understood why it is a staple in said black community. I understood why it was for the culture. Because you can operate very well off a large amount of Hennessy.
Yes, you can.
And I never understood that until 2020. Me drinking it over this time frame, I was like, I get why guys always want to buy bottles of Hennessy if they can afford it. Like, because you could drink a whole bottle, like a whole personal bottle by yourself and still be fully functional. Do I recommend you to drive? Hell no. However, you can be fully functional off a large amount of Hennessy and not die. Furthermore, not even get an extremely bad hangover the next morning.
I can't say that.
When was the last time you got a hangover?
When was the last time I left this house?
When you moved.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wait, so the last time you went out drinking, like drinking? Oh wait, you told me the story.
Yes.
Now that I remember it.
Yes.
Now that I just asked you
that is actually the last time I had Hennessy.
You were drinking Hennessy that night.
I was drinking Hennessy that night.
Please give the people a snippet of the story.
Oh God, no.
Just the good parts. Just the good, simple, wholesome part.
The wholesome part was that I spent some lovely time with my coworkers, met some nice new people, and we had fun by the lake. That's it.
No, I'm talking about more so like the alcohol part of the fun.
I don't remember any of that.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
So,
I really don't.
What she told me
Oh, Jesus.
was
I need my drink.
she had about 12 drinks because you counted and was able to safely make it home driving.
Oh, God.
She woke up with a hangover.
Oh, God. I'm so glad this is anonymous.
Because she was able to tell me the story the next day, which is surprising why she don't remember it. I want to complain about fruit. Where did it come from?
What? I want to complain about vegetables. Why is it green?
I hate you. So I came to visit her a couple of moons ago, and we had other family here, and she made spinach, eggs, and turkey bacon for breakfast. And the other family member looks at me and was like, "You don't have enough greens on your plate." And I'm like, "I don't like vegetables." And she's like, "What? Why?" I'm like, "They taste like green." What do you mean, why? Like, you can just put salt and pepper on a piece of spinach. It should still taste like green. So that what she's referencing. I still don't like vegetables. If your Brussels sprouts ain't crunchy, don't get them shits to me. I'm complaining about green vegetables and the fact that they taste like green. That's what I'm complaining about.
Can you explain the taste of green for me, please?
It tastes like green.
What? How?
It tastes like the G, the R, the E, and the N.
Bruh. Bruh, throw the whole bitch away. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's like me with fruit. I don't like a lot of fruits. This is going to sound horribly sexual, and I apologize in advance. But I don't like a lot of fruits for the amount of liquids that come out of them when you bite them. Like grapes. Mm-hmm. Usually when you bite a grape, it contains nothing but grape juice for the most part. You bite into it, it explodes in your mouth. Grape juice. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like oranges for that matter.
You don't like things exploding in your mouth?
I do not like things exploding in my mouth. But fruits and veggies, they are not on my list of things that I like. I would like to complain about driving.
Oh my God, it's the worst. Why do people like it so much? Why y'all asking me to go different places? I don't want to drive across the country just because I got a car and you can't leave me alone.
She had some built up tension that she just needed to get out. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a license. I have a permit. However, I do sit in the passenger side of cars pretty often. And people be doing dumb shit. It's like you go to school, hypothetically, because I know a lot of people got their license that did not go to class. You go to driving school to learn the rules of the road. So when you get out of driving school, you're supposed to follow the rules of the road. Turn signals and horns are in your car for a whole fucking reason. Why do people not choose to use them?
People are very inconsiderate. And I've noticed this not just with driving, but it is going to make sense. Every driving experience I've had in every place that I've ever lived in the U.S. has been terrible. I lived in Atlanta. Everybody in Atlanta don't know how to drive. Everyone in New York don't know how to drive. Everyone down here don't know how to drive. go to Aruba, one of the smallest islands ever. And it's so clean and organized. They don't even have traffic lights. They don't need traffic lights. They use roundabouts all over the place. I'm like, why isn't it possible to just do this on a larger scale? It's because people aren't considerate. They don't care about you getting to where you need to be safely and securely by following the rules of the road, the rules that they learned over years and years of experience in driving, because they need to get to where they need to get, and they have to get there quickly, and they have to get there before you. They don't care about other people. They never have, and they probably never will, which is probably the worst thing about living in America. Nobody cares about anybody else.
It sucks in the sense of that, because I'll sit on the passenger side. I'm like, why didn't he just put his turn signal on?
Would have made it so much easier, right?
Yeah.
I had something, but like it's gone. I want to complain about how everyone I know smokes on a regular basis. But I'm the one with the memory problem, and I just now started. Like, what is that? I want to complain with that.
Your body wasn't prepared for it, maybe. I honestly don't know. I do edibles, and they last a lot longer in my system. So, like, after I do it one day, I don't want to do it again for a minute.
Yeah.
So it puts me to sleep.
I want to complain about water tasting like nothing.
I want you to drink more water.
I am actually drinking water now. Because I have to. Like, I don't have a choice.
We're going to complain about water and the people who don't drink enough water. And the people
Oh
who
my
say
God,
water doesn't.
Water is so water. Like, it's
the H, it's the T, it's the L.
I have Slim in my head. It's the S to the L to the I to the M.
Let me tell you what I want to. Let me not do that. But no, water is amazing. And water does have a taste.
Water's not all that great.
I don't know
Water does have a taste. And I have noticed that as well. I have noticed the type of water that I am willing to just drown myself in.
Mm-hmm. What brand?
Essentia, room temperature.
Ooh.
Has to be.
She fancy.
Has to be. But if it's too cold, I don't want it. If it's too hot, I don't want it. If it's Dasani, why are we even talking, to be completely honest?
First of all, we're not going to just fully disrespect Dasani like that, because you had Fiji water in your refrigerator like it was the shit.
But cold Fiji is the shit. Is it not?
No, that shit is nasty.
You even said, oh, well, maybe because I never had it cold.
That's what you had.
Okay.
Fiji is nasty to me.
This whole weekend, you've been drinking Orzaka. You can't say nothing to me.
I know the difference in the taste between water. Orzaka tastes like another water Orzaka tastes like Deer Park.
Exactly.
And that's not that bad.
Deer Park isn't that bad.
Deer Park is better than that damn Nestle water.
It is better than the Nestle water.
Exactly. So, like, for example, like Voss. I don't like Voss water either.
What?
I will drink Voss water cold, and I don't want it. As soon as it starts to get warm, I do not want Voss water.
Yeah.
Smart water, I'll fuck that shit up cold. I'll fuck that shit up hot. I'll fuck that shit up in room temperature. Me and Smart water, that's the homie.
Mm-hmm.
Essentia, that's my homie too. Mm-hmm. I remember the first time I ever had Essentia water, I was at a music festival, and he was giving that shit away for free.
Oh.
I went back every other 30 minutes. He's like, you like this water, huh? I was like, yeah. However, I am proud of you for drinking more water.
Well, I'm kind of forcing myself. And I'm forcing myself to not just worry about the whole reason why I hate water, which is water has no taste.
Bitch, put a lemon in it.
But even water, lemon diluted by water is like, what's the point? I could just eat this lemon. I would rather do that, to be completely honest.
Bitch, put a cucumber in it. I was like, keep talking. I'm going to have you a whole fucking salad in your water.
You don't even have to worry about that, because salads and fruits, the things that you hate and despise, is the reason why I drink water right now. Because I found myself eating my water. Because the whole thing I hated about water is that it didn't give me the flavor. It didn't give me the texture. It didn't give me...
Oh, you were missing the texture aspect of it.
Right. So when I started eating more fruits, eating more vegetables, I was like, okay, this is actually pretty good.
I want to complain about music. I would also like to complain about mumble rapping.
Oh my God.
I know when it came out, everybody complained about it then, but I want to complain about it now because I was recently in a clubhouse room where people felt a need to say that Young Thug is a genius. Now, we didn't have enough time in that clubhouse room because I wanted to ask why.
Mm-hmm.
What about Young Thug made him a genius? Because I don't listen to his music.
That's why you wouldn't think that.
I understand that. But there are things that if you can explain certain things to me, it will bring me to curiosity to find out why. You just saying he's a genius and look what he's done. What exactly has he done in music for him to be claimed a genius? Even if it's just a genius by your mouth and or your standards. I don't know this person's standards in music. I don't know why this person felt the need to claim him as a genius. So that's why I'm complaining about mumble rap, because they hold him to such a high standard, and he is one of the people who came around during that time. And I don't know if he wants to credit him as the creator of mumble rap, but that's not genius status to me.
Yeah, he's not the creator though. But I do hold him to genius status, but not solely because of his music. He does have really good music. He does put out bops. He does curate good music for the people around him as well. But he's a genius in a business sense. He's a genius in a creative sense, not just because of his music.
But elaborate, because like I said, I honestly and truly want to know. Like, I don't want to look at it and just stick my nose up to it. Like, I want to understand, why do people feel that he is a genius? What has he done creatively?
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's going to be hard for me to be able to list out right about now, because I honestly don't follow his career. I barely listen to his music outside of one or two songs that I hear on the radio while I'm trying to connect my phone to the speaker. So, so I can't tell you the specifics. However, from the demeanor in which I have seen him just on social media, on the news, and what he's actually put out, the collaborations that I've actually seen him actually do, his work ethic from what I've seen in his studio, things like that, I admire that.
So, but that's the difference between admiring and calling him a genius, because of everything you said, we can put that list to a bunch of other people and call them geniuses as well.
True, but you could put all of those things to other people and they were not successful in it. He was the first
No, but
one.
even if you list him with a bunch of successful people that does the same thing in that rhetoric, I wouldn't consider them geniuses. They are very innovative.
Right.
They are very forward in their criteria and their artistry. But what classifies a genius to you?
The innovation. Because you say that you can put him in a group of other successful people who have done the same thing, no one has done it like Young Thug.
What did he do?
Stuff.
The same shit the Migos did.
Yes and no.
Exactly. So nobody characterizes the Migos as a group as being innovative. They put out bops. The way they have orchestrated, created dances, highlighted fashion, they can be considered geniuses and innovators of mumble rap. However, people still credit Young Thug more so as a genius. But they've all done the same shit for the most part around the same time, from the bit that I do know about Migos and Young Thug based in the same frame. I don't see the genius of Young Thug over the Migos.
Young Thug did it first.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to Google that for time frame purposes.
Yeah, we're going to have to, because I don't know either, honestly.
Yeah, shut up. And on that note, we're ending this goddamn complaint campaign because she's just rambling on now. I felt like we was going to have a very in-depth, deep, balls deep intellectual conversation about music. And this bitch talk about, I don't know. He did it first, but I don't know.
Don't I sound like...
You sound like you knew what you talking about, but you
like
fucked up. You fucked up. You were not convincing the Aquarius. And we're saying goodbye to you beautiful people. She will be back again at some point, but just not today.
I'm so glad there's no video with this.
It better not be. Not be. Not be. Not be.